Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Latora.
And I am Latoya, and this is
Twinspired,
Twinspired, the podcast that's all about real, unfiltered conversation on life, love, business, and everything in between. We are twin sisters on a mission to juggle relationships, parenting, building empires, and creating a family legacy without losing our minds.
So, whether you're here for a laugh, some inspiration, or just a little twin magic to brighten your day, you're in the right place.
Let's dive in.
Good morning, y'all. I say morning because we are shooting that podcast this morning on a different time. Tora is back in the studio.
Yes.
So yes, you guys, we are shooting this early morning before I start work at the salon today, and we just had to get it done because your girl got trips of her own to do this week, so I ain't gonna be here like that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching another episode of Twinspired. We are on episode 4. So yes, as you seen last week, we are practicing productivity over perfection. At the end of the day, keep it moving. When things happen, that plot twist happens, you gotta keep it moving. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So yeah, so what we got going on today, sis?
So today we're going to be talking about basically getting away when you need to get away. It's been in our hustle bag, our mommy bag, boss bag, wife bag, all the things, but we need to get a carry-on bag and maybe, change the scenery and get out the house without necessarily feeling that guilt. So that's what we're going to talk about today, y'all.
Okay, and we are definitely going to give you guys some tips and some tricks on how to travel on a budget, how to basically stop making excuses on not going places. Cruises are cheap. Flights are cheap. Road trip, cheap. So don't be sitting up here talking about you got to wait on your friends or you got to wait on your boo. You got to do all this extra stuff. They don't want to go, then leave them. Like, just plain simple. Like, do you?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. So today's episode is for every woman who has secretly sat in her car during traffic and looked up places to travel, looked up places they want to go. I need y'all to get y'all a dream list. Like, seriously, get that bucket list together, baby, because we got the whole world to see. Like, why are we just stuck right here? Like, in your little city. Like, how many of y'all viewers have never been out of your own city or your state? Like, I run into so many people every day who's never left Florida or just, like, stuff like that. It's like, nah, it's time to go. It's time to travel. Like,
It's a big world.
real big world. Real big world. I mean, even if you are, like, in your own state, there's so many beautiful things to do even in your own state. So many museums, so many restaurants you haven't seen, so many parks, so many beaches, so many lakes. So just really start getting out the house. Like, that's a part of good mental health. Get your foot out the house. Stop being stuck in that same environment all the time, because that's not what we do.
Right. So a lot of people will confuse just getting out of the house as a way, like they're abandoning their bills or their responsibilities. And it's not that you're abandoning anything. Like, it could be a weekend trip. Now, I ain't saying go blow your rent money or, don't pay your bills, but whatever little bit you have, maybe you can sacrifice something small and go get away. Go do what you need to do. Like she said, it can be in state. Like, we're in Orlando. It's nothing to drive to Daytona Beach or even Miami or wherever. Somewhere, something.
Tampa, like, there's beautiful places right here in our own state that we can go that we've never been. Like, I haven't been to Siesta Keys yet, and everybody says it's a nice little spot to go to. Like, very inexpensive, so that's something definitely we are looking into. And also, Orlando now has an all-inclusive resort.
I'm planning on checking that out.
Yes. So I'm all about the all-inclusive, baby. Anything where you ain't got to think, that's like a cruise. You ain't got to think too much.
Right.
And y'all, did y'all know cruises are like $300 a person?
Right. And if you want to fly out somewhere, like I literally just went on Expedia and looked up San Juan, Puerto Rico. I mean, it's on that good old frontier, okay? But $215 round trip per person, like, say less. That's less than $500 round trip to fly out somewhere. Now you can jump on a good old Airbnb or whatever you choose, but of course be cost effective. Find something that's affordable. You don't have to be in the top notch resort. Me personally, I don't like to spend all of my money on the stay because I plan on being out in the city. I'm gonna lay my head somewhere safe and quiet, but no, it ain't gotta be super duper luxury. Not if I just need to get away. Now, if it's something well planned and budgeted out, then yes, pull out all stops. But no, get away. Use your resources.
Exactly. Like, if you ain't staying in a mansion in Orlando at home or wherever you live at, like, why you got to stay in a mansion on vacation? Like, get something that's that fits your regular lifestyle. And again, you don't plan on being there all day. Like I literally, when we go on our trips, I have our whole day planned out. We gonna get up that morning. We gonna do all of the little different activities. We might go to a museum or go to some type of park. We gonna come home and take a nap at some point for probably an hour or two. Change clothes, and then we back outside. So why I need all of this extra stuff?
Right.
Inside? Unless it's like in the islands. If I'm in the islands, I'm definitely looking for an all inclusive. But even then, we just went to Punta Cana, spent less than $1,000, stayed for 3 days, all inclusive. Matter of fact, I think it was $1,200 total, me and the hubs. $1,200 total, all inclusive. That included our food, that included everything. And then at the end of the day, they offered us a timeshares presentation talking about a free massage. Who wasn't in there looking at everything they had offered and saying no at the end? We already know we're not really gonna say yes to this, but at the end of the day, we want this good old, like we had nothing planned. We made sure we scheduled it on the day that we didn't really have much to do. Anyways,
Right.
It was like checkout day.
Right.
So we were gonna be checking out anyway. So we checked our bags with concierge. We went to the spa, spent the whole day. Our flight was until like 3 or 4, so that really gave us something to do.
Right.
Versus leaving, the property. So why not seal the deal with ending the trip with a great spa experience? And we had the best time. So yeah.
And then, like, I try not to be focused on, like, a vacation has to be 3, 4, 5 days. It could be a day. Listen, people do day trips all the time. You just did a day trip. Literally, I mean, it was for a class, but you flew out in the morning, did what you did, hung out with cousin in Atlanta, y'all went to hookah bars, all the things, 24 hours of go. But, I mean, I've done that. We've done a quick turnaround in, like, New Orleans, go eat some food, go hang out, hear some music, and get back on that flight, come back home. So,
and if y'all don't mind traveling cheap, like flying cheap flights like Spirit and Frontier, literally sign up for their notifications because they have specials every year. Like the last time we flew to New Orleans together, I think our trips we paid like $79 or $72 round trip.
Right.
So $79 or $72 for me, and the hubs was $79, $72. Like that's less than $200 round trip. And then we got an Airbnb together. It was super cute, nice little townhouse, and
walkable. We was able to just walk right on out to the little trolleys and just go. And obviously you can grab. Nah, look at me saying grab. Y'all have been to Thailand. You can Uber.
Or trolley. We did do the trolley. Like we literally were acting like we lived it. We were mixing and mingling with the locals. They would tell us everywhere. I asked the locals where.
Me too.
Because they don't only want to go to the touristy places. I want to go to where y'all eating. Like tell me where your mama and your sister and your cousin eating. Because that's the good place.
My husband be like, where the hood at?
Exactly. My husband to be from Miami. If you want to see the hood.
So, have you ever dreamed of just going to the airport with no plans and just purchasing a ticket?
Well, now I'm not even like a super duper planner, but that made me a little nervous. I know people that do it though. Like my brother-in-law would do it, but he's always
thinking of him
the same day.
Yeah,
he just goes and he figures. And once he gets there, he figures out what's the cheapest place to go. And they might tell him if you leave on a Thursday, this and that, and he'll go ahead and buy the ticket right then and there because it's so way.
I heard it's way cheaper.
But then he'll be going out in like 2 weeks. It's not like for real going with bags and just jump off plane. Oh,
woo! But it's like going to the airport, being in the park and everything, and then just scanning and getting. I seen him post that. I'm like, I'm gonna do it one day. I haven't done that yet. I do want to be like, just pick a place, spin the wheel, pick a place and go. But nah,
that would be pretty.
I ain't showed up to no airport, just purchased no ticket yet.
Exactly. So you guys, like when I say we travel very inexpensive, even when them bills is billing and life is life, and sometimes when you just gotta get away, you just gotta get away, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I mean, use that good old Colonna and a firm. I ain't playing. Like a lot of my trips done been on that. And only because I probably had the money, but at the end of the day, I wanted to make sure I had my bills taken care of and all the other things taken care of. But I still want to take this good old trip.
Right. So uplift. The cruises have uplift, and you can cruise and everything. I can book now, pay on uplift, cruise next week, and don't pay that crap off to next year.
Yes.
Like you've been on cruise and everything. Now I ain't saying that. Some people might default, but I ain't saying to do that because obviously you want to do it again. But it helps to.
Okay.
Yes. So this is not for all of you retire early fire crew, because interest is a thing on there. And it's not saying that you can't pay it off early. You just book it and you go and you enjoy it. And you can always drop a lump sum on it or pay it off early. It's just You might not have it right now, but don't let that stop you.
Right.
So people like to confuse and think that first you have to earn rest and you have to earn a vacation. So you got to keep hustling, hustling, hustling. But you gonna die one day. Okay, you gonna die. You can die tomorrow. Okay, so you got to be able to like just breathe and relax and let go sometimes. So like tomorrow's not promised. Enjoy your time with your family. Enjoy your time for yourself. Just go. Okay, pay that thing off when you get back.
Exactly. Select the longest payment that you can if that works for you. I literally just paid for me, my husband, and my daughter, and my son. Look, all five of us went to where did we go? DR for my daughter's birthday last year at December, just past like less than 6 months ago, or really not. But yeah, and I put them all on Uplift. My payment was like $243 a month, and I selected like a year to pay it off, or like 6 months to pay it off. Matter of fact, I selected 6 months. I think I selected 6 months to pay it off because I wanted to pay it off faster. But I did have the option for 12 months or 18 months to bring that amount down. But I just tried to leave a little bit of the interest. And even when you select the longest one,
Pay it off.
we pay it off early and take away the interest. Same thing with Affirm and same thing with Kavana. Actually, if you guys order the Affirm debit card, you can use like a travel agent. So, like for instance, we went to Jamaica for our birthday 2 years ago. I didn't have all of the money to pay for it at the time, but I wasn't missing a trip to Jamaica because y'all had already went without me that one time. So I was like, I ain't missing another trip, and it was our birthday. But I think we had just probably opened up a salon and did something at the time, and it was kind of like our money was tied up, but it was just like we're not missing no opportunities, and we know that we can structure ourselves and put a little bit to the side weekly to put it back towards paying this trip off. So when you guys had booked with the travel agent, of course she needed a card, and I'm like, dang, like I really don't want to use my credit card. I want to use Affirm.
Right.
So I literally got onto Affirm. She told me the amount that we needed to pay. I did my pre-approval through Affirm. You basically select card. You do your pre-approval, tell them how much money you're trying to spend, and they basically unlock that amount on that debit card or that credit card. And then I was able just to give her the card like regular. She didn't know I was using an Affirm card.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, it was just a credit card to her.
And it can actually be a virtual card. You're not physically getting that card. You go and you see exactly what you need to purchase and how much it is. And then you apply for the digital card and it will release that amount to you to just pay it. And then you make the payments just like normal. I use that all the time. We did the same thing.
Even when I got the money in my account, I most of the time will use that just in case if I'm there on this trip and something comes up or excursion comes up or opportunity to do something, I don't want my personal money to be tied up. So I might do it and pay it off in 60 days. Like I probably end up paying $10, $20 on interest because I paid it right back.
Right.
But sometimes just not tie up your own funds or the funds that you have liquid on you right then and there. It might make sense just to throw it on a little payment plan or throw it on. And I know you're good with like credit cards, like using points and stuff to fly and things like that. Like if you guys can learn how to use your credit cards instead of using your debit card on the regular for all of your bills. So for your gas, for your groceries, for your regular everyday life stuff, use your credit card for one that's way more secure.
Right.
Way more secure. You was using somebody else's money. If that card gets stolen or anything like that, at the end of the day, that's their money getting taken. That's not your bank account being compromised in any way, shape, or form. And we're like behind on trying to do that type of stuff like that. Like the other folks, these folks, they ain't doing it.
So listen though, the caveat to that is pay it back. So you have the money to pay it on your debit card,
Right.
out of your account,
Your regular bill.
but you're using the credit card because you're going to get reward points. But then send that money back to the credit card. So we're not saying rack up a credit card, right? We're saying use the credit card as an alternative to your debit card so that you can then use your travel points. We booked full flights. We did a vacation in Chicago for Christmas. We had a white Christmas a couple of years ago, and we used travel points to pay for our flights, all four of us in the family, and it was all covered on our rewards points. So be smart, figure out how to do rewards, how to use your credit versus your actual money. That's a game changer for a lot of people. So, and obviously travel, what are they? Agents. Travel agents usually can work a bargain, get a deal. You could work out a long payment plan, and that's a good way of being able to just get out.
Right. We'll link a couple of our favorite travel agents at the end of this video and also in the comments so you guys can check them out. But again, yeah, like life is gonna life at the end of the day. So figure out how you're able to maneuver, how you're able to move to be able to create the life that you want to create for you, for your kids, for your family, for everybody. You know, at the end of the day, there's a will, there's a way, right? And that's what I always say. So, like, even with my kids now, since everybody's over 18, and they're trying to build credit, I tell them stuff like this now, like, go ahead and put you a little trip. One of my daughters wants to go on a cruise with our friends. Put that trip on something where you can pay payments back because she doesn't quite have real credit yet, other than piggyback line.
Right.
That's a way for her to actually start building credit because she can make those payments on time and it's going to actually reflect back to her credit. So that's a
Right.
good way to just say, hey, you already know you only paid $350 for this trip. Keep your little cash money with you, and then you have this trip already paid for, and then you just pay it back in those monthly payments. Pay it on time. Set it up on an auto pay if you need to, and build that credit. But you live a life.
Right. And as you build a rapport with that company, so say if you started out with 350, usually it's much more. But as you continue to pay off certain loans with them, your next one can be even more, even more, even more. So you get to do bigger trips, you do bigger things. And this doesn't have to just be for trips. Also, like she said, she plans out her whole day. I'm not like that. But when I do get into a place, I will go on Groupon real
That's what I was going to say. I'm a Groupon queen. That actually, I Groupon first just to know where, you know, how I'm setting up my day. But the Groupons go first. And then I fill in gaps with TikTok. Like, TikTok is my thing. Right? Gonna get on TikTok to write down all the top restaurants and all the places people say I need to go. So TikTok is my concierge at that point. They are going to be into all the places I need to be. So I'm gonna book that reservation for that popular restaurant, and we're gonna catch a good day party, and you know, things like that. But Groupon is my number one that I'm always gonna use. The moment I book a flight, I'm going straight to Groupon. That's the next app that I'm jumping on. And I'm going ahead and get those coupons and get all those excursions scheduled because I like four-wheel riding and zip lining and all of the things, and also like museums. Like we're really big on like learning history and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a whole what might be, but I enjoy that. Okay, I like to know about the city. We visited the MLK, like the hotel where he was actually assassinated at in Memphis. It was so sad. In the Black African American history or civil rights history museum. Such an experience. So do that. Do those things. So also, when you're thinking about trips, I like to say, although you want to travel with the family all the time, don't feel obligated to always have a family trip. You deserve either a girls' trip or you and the babe, just y'all two. So we try to do one big family trip, one small family trip, and then we both get one big, me and you, and maybe a girls' trip. But schedule don't always have to be all four or the whole family or whoever I say all four because that's my family structure. But it don't always have to be all of us. Sometimes we might just do a quick little something for me and Babe because that's what we need. We need to reset. And don't feel guilty about that. Even if you're just going on a solo trip or a girls trip, there's lots of solo travelers now, women that are getting out and going. I'm scared to travel solo. I didn't come in this world alone. So like I won't go to booze by myself. So I ain't traveling by myself. I tell people I didn't come in this world alone. I'm a twin. And so I don't know what that life is like. And if I go to a restaurant, I'm sitting up at the bar. I'm not sitting at that lonely table by myself.
So have you done that?
I sit up at the bar, yeah, or I had to have an iPad with a full-on movie going on, with a music and with the sound in my ear, and every time the waitress like, hold on 1 second, because I just can't do it. I don't know how to sit there, so I don't know how to do it like that. I'm sitting at the bar, so I ain't traveling by myself either, and I'm scary.
So all in all, we're just trying to say, like, you can be bougie on a budget. You can even they have where you can just check into resorts on a day pass.
Yes.
I love that. Like, listen, I just need to go. This is my day. I'm going to go get a wax. I don't know why. Like, it's the most painful, but it's just satisfying thing to just be bald everywhere. Okay. Very comfortable. And I can come home and I feel like I had my day. But I could also go check into like a resort and just use their day pass, go do the spa. We used to do this for Mother's Day. We would go
Gaylord
do the
Palms.
spa. Yep, Gaylord
Yeah.
Palms. And we would do the spa, and then we would chill around the pool, have mimosas, have our wine or whatever, and just relax for the day. And obviously we check into this place. We didn't, get the full on experience, but we got to do all of the amenities and have our day before we came home. So that's something that you can do too. There's always a day pass somewhere.
And even guys, if you're not at the point where you're ready to take a vacation, like take a mini vacation in your mind, like for the day. Have a mental separation for the day. So whether that's taking a walk by yourself, whether that's locking the door, kicking the kids out, locking the door, setting your music, lower your lights, saying get your wine and just have some me time to yourself. That's a mental vacation for the day. Like if that's what it takes, then that's what you need to do. Like get your music, your little headphones in, and zone out and get on that track or go to a lake. Go to Lake Eola. Go to a lake or somewhere that's not you on the treadmill in the gym. Go somewhere where you can kind of zone out for a second, set yourself up a cute little picnic, sit there and write down your goals or write down the things that's bothering you and stuff like that, just so that you can kind of plan. But also, during that time you can really be really working on trying to plan out your little vacation.
Right.
It might not happen right now, but again, planning is a thing. Put $20 aside every week just to be able to go towards a vacation, whether that's in your city or in your state or in the islands.
So I've gotten into like charcuterie boards.
Lord.
Charcuterie boards. So why my husband be calling them things adult Lunchables? I hate him. I'm like, it's not a Lunchable. He's like, it's meat and cheese and crackers. I'm like,
Lunchable.
hate him so much for that. But they have like almonds and everything on it. Y'all let me know if y'all like charcuterie, okay? Because it can't just be me.
I hate charcuterie. I had a client, bless her heart and RN, RIP to my favorite client, Miss Phaedra. But she was like very rich client, and she used to bring me in the hubs on and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna teach you the life. Oh, so you gotta put that dip with that dip and that honey with that honey." And I'm like, "Okay, girl." But every time I had a little shooting board, girl, I felt like I was a little bougie something. See? So yeah, I don't know what it is, but it do make you feel a little dip, a little dance.
Okay.
But yeah, so you guys, also like just some things that we recommend is when you guys are doing like those like group trips and girl trips, like don't be so pressed on those that's gonna fall off because we all know how that is. That the trip finally made it out the group chat is a real thing because your friends and your family sometimes can be a little flaky, but y'all literally learn to just keep it moving. Keep it moving. If they ain't shaking and moving, then you just gotta keep moving. It's okay. Make sure you take all the videos. Make sure they gonna have to live through your stories because the next time they have these little stuff in order and ready to go. But I see so many clients say, "Oh, I wanted to go on this trip, but then all my friends backed out," or "I wanted to do this and then everybody else backed out." Like at this stage of my life, I done almost started to develop a whole new crew of friends.
Right.
At 41, which is weird. Of course, I got my day ones, but my day ones being too tired of doing their own little life and life for them. So does that stop my life from like moving on or continuing to do what I want to do? So like for instance, my G crew, they're some travelers. They be ready to go. You say, "Hey, y'all wanna," and they already got their card out. Where we going? Where we going? What we doing? What we doing? So at the end of the day, I kind of had to change up my little vibe with people just because it needed to make sense. At the end of the day, I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to do my stuff. So I just reconnected with different people that were kind of at the phase of life where I am right now. Sometimes you have your best friends and your family, and don't feel you're not neglecting them. You just basically making you a priority on what it is that you need at this moment and at this time of my life. My kids are grown and I want to be able to travel and do all the things that I want to do. So I started kind of more so trying to connect with people that are interested in the same things that I'm interested in. Me and the crew actually get ready to take a trip to Tennessee at the end of the month. Yeah. We're doing a cabin takeover. And it's like all the Black Jeepers all over like Chicago, like everywhere. It's gonna be a takeover. And if we go, we make friends. We all G cousins at the end of the day. We is all family. We is one big family. If you a G for we is cousins. So it's really fun and it's very inexpensive. We all stay in a big old cabin together and we
Cabins are actually very affordable.
Very
to do a group, like if it's like 3 or 4 couples, But yes, you can have really, really big ones. We did one as a family. But you could do like couples if you guys want to have couples getaway. And y'all know we loved our themes. You know, you go ahead and put on all your little colors for the day and all the things.
Vacation. That is my favorite thing to watch. Me, baby. What colors we putting on? And if we ain't themed, we definitely that matchy couple.
Okay, y'all are. Y'all really are.
We are definitely matchy couple. That's all compliments of me.
Okay.
Because he be like, girl, what? Baby, this is what you putting on today. Like, I don't know what are you thinking? We're going here. Now I ain't gonna lie. Every trip, me and the hubs travel so much, you guys. But every trip he drives me crazy. Like, we take a 3-day trip, he's like, I need outfits, bruh, like, why do we have to do this every trip? I gotta be like, you gotta have a daytime outfit, and then you're gonna have a nighttime outfit because you're gonna go to dinner or something. Make sure you pack another separate outfit just in case you do an excursion. Yeah. You're gonna get a little dirty on the floor with us. You know, we go through it every time, and then all the way down to the day of, he's like, oh, I only got 6 outfits. I'm like, what you wearing on a plane? Oh, I need to put a plane outfit. I'm like, boy, am I losing? About to lose it. We done did it's 1,000,001 times and you keep playing. But yeah.
All in all, we just don't want you guys to feel like you can't go, you can't do it. Like whatever's stopping you from going, whatever's stopping you from traveling or stopping you from just having your day, please just check that off your box. Okay. At the end of the day, life is not promised. You need to enjoy your time. You need to reset in your mind. You need to relax and get rid of the stress that you've been carrying around. It's not something that we're not meant to carry a lot of stress. We're not meant to hold on to a lot. So you have to reset.
Stress causes sickness. That's how people end up with tumors and just all kind of it sends a toxic. It releases a toxic hormone in your body whenever you're stressed. Sometimes you need to just say, forget it.
Stress also makes body belly fat. Okay, cortisol levels increase. That increases your belly fat. Okay.
And we don't all want to walk around with a fupa now. We all got a little fupa. And the men love it. It's okay. It's okay. The men love the fupa, but we ain't trying to increase the fupa. So, like, at the end of the day, they ain't got time to be stressed. Like, F them bills sometimes, okay? And put that mess on Carolina on a bird. Throw that mug on a good credit card. Just make a plan. And like I said, if you could save $25 a week or something like that, or $25 out of every paycheck and put it to the side, and just think about this is solely to keep your stress levels down. You know, focus on you, make you a priority. That's a part of a bill. And at the end of the day, that needs to be counted as a bill. Put it to the side.
I feel like when I vacation, it honestly makes me hustle harder. Because when I'm out on vacation, I be like, okay, what I need to do when I get back to make sure that I can get back here as soon as possible. I can do this again. I swear. And like on the last day of vacation, I may be like put together my mind. So I'm strategizing because I need to do this more often. I need this. I need this to be my life. Right. So I feel like it rekindles something in your spirit. It reignites that fire in that, in you so that you can work harder. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I am. I feel like I get refreshed. Mm-hmm. So like my mind is way more focused. Once I've come off that trip, I'm motivated. I'm over here like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Or I'm gonna figure out how I can make some money doing this. Like I'm over here like trying to figure it out because yes, I want to spend more of my time doing leisure and fun things and things that I enjoy versus just working. And of course I enjoy doing hair. Right. But I want to spend less time standing behind that chair. Right. And also like you said, like me and my husband sometimes, and not even just my husband, in general, couples sometimes start to get a little bit disconnected. You have that hustle and bustle where every day you're worried about work and how it's working, how's the kids, and how's all these extra things, right? So sometimes we find ourselves a little bit disconnected, and I'm like, oh, heck no, we need a trip. Like if we ever get to a point where we're kind of bickering, and my husband got a little smart as well, I'd be looking at him like, boy, but when we get to the point where we're kind of a little bit snappy with each other, or, I can feel like we're a little off, I'm like, oh, heck no, we need a vacation. Mm-hmm. And then we're good, because we're going to go on this vacation. We're not thinking about no bills. We're not thinking about no stress. You're not thinking about the coworker that pissed you off. You're not thinking about none of that type of stuff like that. You literally are on a vacation. You done disconnected from the world. Mm-hmm. And you just having a good time. And like we laughing more, we trying stupid food. We doing dumb stuff. Right. And it's just like, dang, and we well rested. Because we done slept. He's a trucker. He gets up at them crazy hours. So during the vacation time, that's usually when he gets the most sleep. Right. Like you get to sleep in, and then we're gonna take a nap. You don't take no nap any other time, so you can take a nap.
Right. Vacation also helps for like, it's the reset on like your tolerance for things. Because you could be like, boy, if they say one more thing to me at this job, I know something, right? But then you get to go off and reset. You can come back and you can tolerate, something a little bit more, because you get your breaking point. I know I've been like that. Like, don't say, you come over here and say one more thing. I'm about to walk out of this job, I swear. I come off from vacation, I'll be like, all right, I guess I can do this. I can deal with y'all a little bit, especially with like ICU and crazy patients, boy.
So you guys, our challenge for you this week is to plan a trip, plan a solo trip, plan just something. Like start to put it in your mental a bucket list of places you want to go. And traveling doesn't necessarily require a passport. I mean, you can go to Puerto Rico without a passport. You can do Hawaii without a passport. Bahamas, St. Thomas, St. Croix. Those places, there's plenty of island places, and literally just get on Google and type in places to travel without a passport. But also keep in mind, we have so many beautiful places inside of the United States that are just gorgeous that we haven't actually seen, haven't taken the time to see. The Grand Canyon is a beautiful place. I still haven't been. And so it's just certain places that you can still travel and still be able to not spend a lot of money at the end of the day. And if you can't get away, then plan yourself a solo date night, a dinner with your hubs or your boo or your friends, a day trip, or again, a silent walk. Go to the beach. Sometimes you need to just go to the beach, zone out for a little minute, get your little blanket, lay out there, have you a public sub, some wine that's in a regular cup, because you can't be having that open container. Put that wine in a coffee cup, baby, or a tumbler, and get out there on that beach and just have you a little mental vacation for the day, because it will change your life.
So I just want to give you guys an affirmation. I'm going to read it because I really like it and I just wrote it down. What rest is revolutionary, joy is medicine, and the getaway isn't a luxury. So it's the way to get back to yourself.
And that's very important. Again, getting back to yourself. Like we said in previous episodes, make yourself a priority. Prioritize you in every way possible. Don't forget about you. And them jobs and the bills is just always going to be here.
Right.
You can't skip it. It's always going to be here. So make it a priority to live your life the best way that you can live your life. Don't just sit up and look at everybody else on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all the socials and wonder like, dang, they look like they living their life. They doing so much. They doing this. And it's like that could be you too. You can just figure out how to do it, and it fits your means and your budget, and figure out the cheapest way to do it. And start off cheap. And then if you grow to be, more luxury and want all of these high end things, then yes, by all means, go ahead. I mean, you might find your little sugar daddy or something. I don't know. But if you got it like that, then do it. But if you don't, start small. Start small with a cruise. A cruise, like we said, is the cheapest type of vacation that you can take. Your room is included. Your activities are included. The food is included. All for $350. $300 to $350. And yeah, that's the best thing that you can do is take a quick little cruise. Right. So yeah.
So I want to thank you guys for watching another episode. Thank you for those who have already subscribed. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and push that subscribe button. But follow us on all social media. We are at Twinspired Podcast on everything.
Twinspired Pod.
Pod. Okay.
Twinspired Pod.
I usually get to the pod and then it pop up, so I just select it. So, my bad.
Yeah, so you guys, like she said, make sure you subscribe. We are trying to grow our subscribers to $1,000 because, of course,
we'll say $1,000.
$1,000, right? See, I'm always thinking about money. But we want to be monetized. So that's our number one goal, is to be able to monetize and grow our business. Again, we want to take these vacations. We want to be able to do all the things. So, yes, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and share and like it and share it to a friend, and also leave us a comment. Like, y'all let us know what y'all thinking, and definitely let us know what trip y'all getting ready to go on, because hey, we might want to go too.
Thanks.
All right, ready. Love y'all.
Bye.